one hitting that button. Okay, hello everybody. My deepest apologies. I hit that go live button at 12:01, and for the past 18 minutes, the gang and I have been talking about anime. Jeez. So thank you to Teal who brought it up to our attention. You guys, please say something because I'm dying here.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Fine.
I'm still trying to figure out if you were live, because for me it showed the notification that you went live 36 minutes ago. So, I don't know if that's when you created the event. I don't know.
Oh, man, something must have happened. And I deeply apologize. We did cover already solo camping. We were talking about the secrets of the Silent Witch. We're gonna start all over again, okay? Sorry, you guys. Do you guys remember the talking points? Because there were some good talking points, you guys.
I think so.
Yeah, okay, cool. Let us start from the top. First of all, hello to those watching. Welcome as you trickle in. Apologies for the delay. It was all on me. Something happened, probably YouTube, I don't know. But happy to see you guys here. I want to say hello to Fuji Petals floating in the river, who says, may I pray for a blessing and appreciation of this serendipitous meeting ordained by the vibrant summer rays of Leidenschaft, the god of fire, and the 12 subordinates who serve by his side? Yes, you may indeed. I was wondering why there was no prayer afterwards, because usually once I say yes, you may indeed, they put the prayer or the blessing. There was none. Why? Because I didn't hear. Happy to see you, Fuji Petals, of course. It's always a delight to see you guys. With me is the gang. We have Yukihime and Teal. And happily for us, we didn't get too far before Teal realized that we weren't live. So we're going to be talking today about solo camping, Secrets of the Silent Witch, Dress Up Darling, and Shirley, April Showers, and Kaoru Hana. Hopefully in that order. I think that's a good order. So without further ado, let us get started with talking about solo camping. All right. So taking us back to the episode before this one, we were introduced to the ex, the other woman. And I was, wondering what mess, what trouble is this character going to stir up? I was anticipating trouble, but luckily it was dealt with. What did you guys think about how the whole situation with the ex was handled?
I think the key word is realistic. Kana's just like, oh, how's my ex doing? And it's not weird because he's not good with people. Mm-hmm. And he was already pretty isolated in their relationship, and now she's just a little worried about him, and that's fine. And Gen's friend is totally backing him up. He's like, he's fine, he's happy, he's in love.
Yes.
Leave him alone.
Yes, hooray for that friend. We love a good wingman. I think his name is Akihito. I looked that up real quick.
Thank you. Yeah, I could not remember it for the life of me.
Yeah, so I like Akihito, and it's hilarious because after he told the ex that, oh yeah, Jen is interested in this girl, he's so into her, he's like afterwards he's like, oh man, how do I tell Jen about the girl, about his ex coming in? And also he's still noticing that Jen is super oblivious about Shizuku, so despite him telling the ex that there's no hope there, he realizes that these two are oh my goodness, they have to just move at a glacial pace, at their own pace. And you know what? That's fine. It works for them. Yukihime, did you watch Solo Camping?
I did not. I have watched the first, I think, 2 or 3 episodes to get the gist, and I was like, yeah, this is not really for me. It's a little bit too slow to, I don't know. That's not really my vibe. Like, I like a lot of the slow things, but I was like, in a lot of series, even if I don't care about the subject matter, which I don't care about camping, I have to like the characters, which I am not the biggest fan of.
Okay, fair enough. So what I like about this one is, for the most part, anybody who I recommend this one to, it's very chill. Like, you don't get, like, high school theatrics and whatnot. It's just grown-ups, enjoying their hobbies and stuff like that. So usually when somebody asks for romance or slice of life, I like to keep a special list, and I'm like, I think I'm adding solo camping to this list for recommendations later on. It's just a really chill watch. In this episode, they also taught us how to pack a camping bag. I don't know, I learned a lot. Like, I didn't know about putting the heavier objects on the top and the lighter objects in the bottom, because that will affect your stability.
Yeah.
There were other stuff that they taught us. Do you remember some other stuff about the camping side of this episode, Teal?
Yeah, just to not leave any gaps. It's about what it does to your center of balance.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be able to walk well, even uphill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's about what you can reduce, but also, you need to not have any weird spaces, that you can't lean to one side when you set it down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also, every single week we get like a food theme for the week. And this time, I think it was Chinese, right?
Yep, Chinese.
What did you think of that? The scenes of the food eating.
Made me sufficiently hungry. It was cute how Gen's way worse with spice than Shizuku is.
Oh yeah,
the mapo tofu and everything. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, his lips, they painted them bright red. So the big reveal, or something that is suitably exciting, is the fact that Gen, for the first time, invites Shizuku on a multi-day trip to Nagano for camping. Now, he thinks that it's just, as part of like, it's just, educational, because, that's important too. Meanwhile, she and everybody else is excited, like, oh my gosh, what do we do? Like, what does this mean? What do I do? That was really fun.
Yeah.
And I think that should cover most of the things. For the most part, that was a really nice little episode. I think the fact that she's so excited about camping even has gotten her friends excited. I think they even suggested, like, hey, let's do a camping trip together. And I think that's going to be delightful to see Shizuku be the one that's like, okay, this is how you pitch a tent, kind of being her own little, being a little teacher of her own. That would be nice to see. We don't know what's going to happen in the next episode, though it's already out. I haven't watched it yet. We'll see.
Yeah.
Anything else about solo camping?
Shouldn't the heavier objects be on the bottom for more center of balance?
Think.
Mm-hmm. You would think,
but
no.
Not necessarily.
You must watch this episode of Solo Camping to explain the why. Yes, go watch it. Go watch it. All right, next one is Secrets of the Silent Witch. Now, I gave the disclaimer that, well, not disclaimer, just usually I leave the ones with the heavier discussion towards the end. But this one I put it closer to the beginning. Why? Because yes, a lot of there's several things that happen, but for the most part, it felt to me, I don't know about you, felt to me like not like a lot of like climactic event. It was just kind of like tying loose threads from the previous episode where like pretty huge things happened. But there were some cute little scenes that I think that bear mentioning. For example, the episode begins with Lewis coming in and kind of cleaning up the whole mess. that that this attempted
and
assassination
scolding our
ended up.
poor girl.
Sorry, what?
And he came and scolded our poor girl, who, like she did not do anything wrong. Like,
Agreed.
he should have said, "Good job," not "Why are you like this?"
She even praised him. She's like, "Look, it took me a whole minute to undo your barrier."
Yo, and not
Yourself.
and not just his barrier, but also the Thorn Mage's like
Right.
offensive.
The trap laid
Yeah.
by the Thorn Witch. Yeah.
Yo, like that's insane. And of course, you know that he resents this. He does kind of like a little bit. He's just like, but basically in this one, she makes a deal with Lewis to pretend that the assassination plot that Casey was involved in didn't happen, and he says, okay, fine, you know, if Casey confesses, she'll be sent away, but she will not be killed. Like, she'll never return to society. She'll end up in a convent, but at least she won't be dead, right? He does, however, like remind her, like, okay, yeah, that's cool, but you're very emotional about this. You're too easily swayed by emotions, and also don't forget that you're a mage. You're not a student here. Don't get too attached to this life, because you're not gonna be a student here forever. So, just a little reminder. And I hope that this doesn't mean that in the future she's gonna have to, you know, make some, you know, more dramatic decisions about you know, getting involved with other people and like having to choose between some moral dilemma. I don't know. It kind of feels like it's priming us for that. Let's see who it involves next time.
Yeah, it really feels like it's setting up for like you have to leave this life behind, and like this is not the real you. And I'm like, no, you know what? No, the friendships that she's making right now are very real, like as real as you can get, and I hope they stick with her for a long, long time.
I think Yuki had asked earlier, what is keeping her from, you know, not embracing these friends as true friends, right? And kind of feel like until she finishes her mission, she has to keep her identity close to her heart. But, you know, I think afterwards, I imagine that afterwards, you know, she's free to make her own friends and a life, and, you know, she's a hermit and she's alone and antisocial and has no friends, but that nobody told her to be like that. Like, she did it to herself, so there's no reason why she can't have friends. At least I think so. Especially these
Or
friends.
more than friends.
Or more than friends. Ooh, that's a little different. Okay, so I ship her with Cyril. I don't think there should be any issue with her and Cyril. I don't think that's gonna happen though. But if it's Felix, which I think everybody expects her to end up with the prince, I think that might be a bigger issue though, because, you know, like a super powerful mage, like, and the second prince, and then there's like rivalry between princes who's gonna end up king. I think that's going to like affect the political landscape. So I don't know. This is just me. I don't know anything about the story. No spoilers. It's just me, you know, thinking.
Oh my god, I totally agree.
Teal?
Just have to watch and find out, or read and find out.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna speculate.
Speculating is
You can do that too.
Write your fanfics.
No, more like what you said right now of like this is gonna be a strong political match. You know what this reminds me of? A sentence of a book where every single marriage is a political marriage with different interests. So like that really reminded me of that, you know?
By the way, you know what also reminded me of Bookworm? Was the part where Lewis lent her his handkerchief. I was like, there! Says I'm a bookworm! There! You know, like every so often, like we have Cyril who reminds us of like emotionally constipated Ferdinand. I don't know, just things here and there. I love it. Also, speaking of Cyril, I think towards the end. Well, I guess we should wait until later.
Maybe talk about chess and the story that gets relayed.
We should talk about chess. Tell us about the chess scene and what was important about that deal.
I've forgotten another name. What is the name?
I think it's Howard. Howard Elliot is in the chess club, right?
Yeah, Elliot. Yeah. He apologizes for castling. And without having explained that rule, and she's like, "Look, I just accepted the rules you told me, and it's on me, really." A certain friend told her that it's you shouldn't just accept what's been told to you, and I think it's clear that was Lewis, who is a bit of a fox in human clothing, who uses any trick to win. So she's used to that, but he still feels bad. And he's reminded of it's a terrible story of their childhood when he was hanging out with the second prince. The second prince, Felix, when he was young, actually used to be quite useless and shy, a lot like Monica.
Aww.
And that rubbed Elliot the wrong way, as he believes in noble supremacy. So he kind of bullies poor Felix, puts his book up in a tree. And he's like, "What? You can't even climb a tree?" So Felix tries, and he actually does a pretty good job. Almost gets to his book before falling, and a branch impales his side.
Oh.
Which leads to royal surgery. And, Elliot's expecting to, be really severely punished. But Felix is like, "No, it was my fault. I wanted to climb the tree. Elliot tried to stop me." So.
What a Monica thing to do.
His father, so the father of Elliot, actually surprised me because he said, "You're gonna have to pay this. He's a prince. You're gonna have to pay this with your life." That really shook me.
Severe, yeah.
I was like, yeah.
That's noble society for you.
Yep. FAFO. And so he's like, "Yeah, I kind of see why Felix is kind of taking a special interest in this girl, because she kind of is like another version of him a little bit. So I kind of feel like little by little she's winning over the student council people, especially those that were more difficult to, you would think there's only one person that we really don't know about. I think it's Bella, whatever, the girl, but we'll get there eventually, maybe. Yeah, so let's see, what else? Did we talk about the horse riding?
I think a little, but maybe we should talk about it a little more.
Yeah, just my favorite part probably was the horse riding, where she just slides down her horse, falls. I don't know, I just kind of found it so hilarious that that's the clip that we're watching right now. She falls, but she is determined to get good at riding her horse because she wants to one day, reach out to Casey and say, "Hey, I can now ride a horse," not in a malicious way, but kind of "Hey, see how far I've come" situation. And Felix also finds her there. He's he actually helps her and teaches her how to ride a horse. Keep your back straight. And what else about this scene deal?
Well, we didn't know at the time of watching this, if you're an anime only, that Felix sees the old Felix in Monica, but you can it'll make sense after the next scene with how he's very gentle with her, and he's just don't pull on the reins too hard, just keep your back straight and you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, and it's not the first time that we see him see himself in her, Because the other time was when she apologized she got on the floor and she apologized and she said like I can't seem to do anything right, and that's the same thing that he used to say when he was little. Even as a prince, he just kept failing at everything. So he's very, very sympathetic about her predicament. But he does point out that she's getting better at not just calling him dun dun dun. There's, that's like Prince.
It was den denka instead of den den den.
Denka. Yeah, so our little Monica is growing up. How sweet to see. The episode actually ends with her in the student council room, and it's been like a few days and she's still can't really recover her energy because she used up a lot of mana. And I found this interesting. I don't know if they really stress this as to why she ended up leaning against Cyril, but because you know how Cyril kind of like emits mana because he has a surplus of mana, so she's kind of like,
he's devouring.
Yeah, he's devouring. She's all like, I am sucking up mana. I'm like, whoa. She was
oh my goodness, mixing mana,
absorbing his mana. He was giving her his mana. Oh my gosh. So yeah. They didn't put this in the anime though. I don't think so. Like I didn't think it was.
It wasn't made that clear. I agree.
Yeah. Because it was just like, how good the back feels good. I'm like, what, girl? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're weird. No. So just making it clear, she's low on mana and he has a surplus of mana, so they were just helping each other out, I guess. Again, I always like to see Claudia show up and, in her own like usual like Claudia way. She doesn't want to do what Cyril asks her, but if her fiance asks her to help, she's like, of course, anything. She's my best friend after all.
I love their pairing so much. It's like so adorable and so unexpected.
Yeah, it's really, really cute. I didn't expect I would like Claudia as much as she did, but as a kind of like a side character, a supporting character, her scenes are pretty fun, and she does come in clutch when necessary. So I'm sorry, Claudia, I judged you too hastily. Also, I like the fact that she can poke fun at Cyril, and Cyril, like, there's nothing Cyril can do about it because that's his sister. So yeah, another reason why I enjoy Claudia's scenes.
She has like a good chunk of the student council in her palm.
Yeah. Also, finally, I think the final thing I wanted to point out was we get a scene with Felix. We know how Louis is cleaning up after, Monica's rampage with, preventing the assassination. So Louis is talking to himself about, oh, look, Silent Witch, she's just so, like, she's just too much. Look at her, like, do this and that. And Felix, who went out to investigate what had happened, he overhears him. And he hears that, oh my, the Silent Witch was the one that had been here to prevent the assassination. And he just like was like, oh, she was here. And we learn that Felix is a fan, not just a fan, a devotee. No, not. He is a Heartmut. He's a Heartmut for the Silent Witch. Oh, that was. It was just
have to
unexpected
again because it was lost to the YouTube gods. The fact that as a Heartmut lover, I unfortunately did not think of that. I thought of the whole craziness that is going on in the miraculous ladybug situation, where they are in love with each other's secret personalities without knowing it. So like that's, I thought it was really cute, and that's what I thought of. So like this moment actually made me like really like the prince, because I was like, now there is backstory to this guy. It doesn't mean just like what we saw until now. It's more.
Yeah, and they show a glimpse of like what happened in the first episode. And yeah, going back to that episode, I see that when she's casting her magic, there's a hooded figure watching her in the back. I totally skipped that, like didn't register in the brain until now that we go back and see, oh yes, there was somebody there and watching her, and now we know that it was he. He was the one that was watching her. I have no idea how he made it there. I don't know why he was even there. Like, that's not the capital. Like, that was like a far-flung... But I guess we'll figure it out eventually. By the way, I want to say hello to Patrick. Patrick, greetings. Happy to see you. And you guys get on me for my jokes. What jokes? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Le gasp, as Fuji Pedal says. Every so often. This actually did lend itself to it, though. Like, it was, if we didn't make the commentary, then we would be remiss. Okay. So yeah, we got Hartmut Felix, we got I don't know, all kinds of fun stuff. Ragdoll Monica falling off her horse. We got baby student councils when they're little kids. I feel really sorry for Felix as a little baby, like a little kid. He seems like such a sweet person, and yet now he seems like more hardened. I wonder what has been happening. Yeah. But
of course, the episode didn't end super fun. Cyril apologized for his role in Casey's assumed injury or having to leave. He felt responsible for what happened when they were taking inventory, and Monica still has to keep that secret, and it led her to tears.
Exactly. And it's, sorry, I didn't laugh at what you said. I at the same time I read a comment, but I'll get back to it later. That is very sad because, yeah, she's trying to do like a solid one for her friend, so she's not killed, but at the cost of what? At the fact that now Cyril is, responsible for it, and he might, I don't know, he might face disciplinary action or like some kind of something for having been behind such an accident and not having done his job properly. I don't know. That's what I'm afraid of. I hope that's not the truth. But it's, again, Monica's now realizing that you can do, like, no good deed goes unpunished. Yeah, unfortunately. So we'll see what happens. At the end, I don't know if there was a post-credit scene or if it was like toward the end. But we get the introduction of like one character who is thinking about Felix.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. We will see. Teal already knows who this is and what it's all about, what the next arc will entail. I'm excited for the next arc because we now finished this arc, so let's see what next happens. Yes, what's up?
I scrolled to the post-credit. It does say that the lady is the Starseer witch, Mary Harvey.
Oh, yes. Yes, that's true. That's what I said.
That's something we already know.
So she's one of the 7 sages. Okay. Also, want to stop here and say hello to Turan, who just showed up on the chat. Hey, what's up? The topic is we're just finishing up Secrets of the Silent Witch. We're now going to talk about Dress Up Darling. But before we end up with Secrets of the Silent Witch, just want to acknowledge this comment by Fuji Petals Floating in the River, who says, Hartmut Felix like his son in Pride and Prejudice and Bookworms. Ooh, yes! Yes, I'm glad you caught it. No, I didn't mean it, but you know, I love it. I love the coincidence. Yes, I'm glad you're reading it. If you are still reading it. All right. Anything else about Secrets of the Silent Witch, Yuki? Feel what you liked, favorite scene.
I can't wait to see what other person tries to kill the prince next week.
No.
That's what the plot is gonna be like. I mean, she is there to protect him, so I guess he needs something to be protected from, no?
Oh man. I don't want to get into like a huge tangent, but I have my suspicions. Because let's remember what Lewis said. He's solidly in the First Prince faction, but he says, he and his mother, they don't really care about the crown. And so there has to be somebody else, and I'm imagining it's maybe somebody closer to home that's behind these assassination attempts. I don't know who, and we could discuss it for hours on end maybe, but we have to move on.
I want Luis, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want Luis to be good. Like, I really want I don't want him to be bad.
Good is a relative term.
I mean, Ferdinand is good, for example, and yet some people would say he's not. So in the same way, I kind of feel he's more like a Ferdinand type of good. Yeah, like that kind of good. You want a Lewis in your corner.
Exactly. I don't want him against me.
Yeah, we never want
He's
him
violently good, you could say.
Violently good, yeah. Furiously good. All right, Teal, anything else about Silent that you want to point out?
Yeah, it was good. It's setting up for the next couple episodes. It's like the beginning of a volume, so just gotta wait for the next couple, but it's gonna be good.
Okay, looking forward to it. All right, next one is My Dress Up Darling. Okay, so first of all, I enjoyed it. Yes, I did enjoy it, but I'm also super frustrated for one reason. I don't know if you guys also are frustrated. Who is the stupid Akira person, and why is she hating on Marin to the point that she's like, I don't even want to be close to her. I don't want to be near her. Like, what in the world did this girl do to you? And the episode does not answer the question. Like, Martin is super sweet and cute and everything. Like, I don't understand. And
I do think I was wrong last week. I don't think she's like knows her through modeling.
Yeah, it seems like a very, I don't know, like there's very few people who you can really express that kind of like I don't want to be near you. I don't know what's the word. Very few people in life. Aversion, yeah. Very few people in life. So it has to be something very important, very huge. I need to know what it is.
I got the impression that they just met once and it was just something critical for Akira, but Marin wouldn't remember it at all.
You know
I mean, sometimes it's just be like that. Sometimes your worst day is another person's Tuesday.
Yeah. So
I don't think being averse to like random people is that rare. Like, I feel aversion to a lot of people.
I don't know. I don't feel aversion to people like that. Like, I don't want to be near. I don't want to be near. Maybe because first of all, I have to clarify. I have a very small social circle, and I don't have to deal with coworkers that piss me off. So that's probably also why. But maybe normal people.
She isn't like, I don't want to even see her. She's just like really quiet around her and just seems bad with her rather than like, I have to get away from you. She's just like, I can't do it.
I feel, I don't know, like that scene at the in in the stairwell where she is smoking with the guy. Like, she just was like, I'm gonna tell you everything, blah blah blah. I was like, okay, now tell us, what is it? And then we're like, I'm like, I need you to justify it. I need you to justify it because it makes no sense. So let's see.
Let's just see.
Yeah. I haven't read the manga, so I don't know. So no spoilers, of course. So, but that aside, yeah, Yukihime?
I have read the manga, but like I don't remember anything from about this girl. So like I'm sorry,
It's
been like 2 years since I read it.
It's good.
Anyway,
in one eye and out the other.
yeah. That's
like
good because we don't want to be spoiled. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like I will mention this. So Marin has a personality that is pretty big and also pretty similar to mine. And I can tell you from experience, a lot of people just don't like happy people, alright? Like, that's a thing. I will have you know. A lot of people are just like, yeah, but like you can't be happy and like be like energetic and stuff every minute of every day. And I'm like, nah, that's just how I am. And they hate on me. They just be hating.
Well, okay, let's think about this. Akira said that her parents were really strict with her, like, being able to, like, anime and cosplay and stuff. So she either thinks it's cool how Maureen can let her freak flag fly, or she's jealous that Maureen gets to do that. I think that's what
sounds
it
like
is.
Jealousy. Yeah, probably jealousy.
Or envy, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I can see that happening, and yeah, I can see it happening like that. Well, I hope she works it out somehow, because I think she could benefit from having a friend like that. But aside from the Akira situation, it was a really fun episode. It started with Marin calling Juju, saying like, hey, you want to join us for cosplay? And Juju ruthlessly turns her down. Except that when Juju tells her sister, I think her sister is Shinju, Shinju gets so excited that Juju is forced to, call her back and, change her mind just for the sake of her sister, who was so disappointed when she heard that Juju turned her down. And so they meet up with the others, who are actually starstruck. And turns out that they're like, oh, and little sister, you can also cosplay. And so she's also going to cosplay, because actually Juju's sister is a fan of the show or of the game. And so now they have rounded out their numbers for this game. And of course we have Gojo is like, well, I'm not going to do anything, because she's going to do her own. She's going to buy an outfit that's already made. So he's like, I can help with stuff. So in order to do that, he has to research a little bit. So they lend him the game, which is a short one. It's only 7 hours.
That is short for a game, but
yeah, for him, he's like, oh, I guess I'll just think on this. It's a weekend. And also we get this weirdo friend of Marin's. Her name is Suzuka. She's just continually weird. I don't know.
I love her, to be honest. She's a trip, but she's fun.
She is continually weird, and I don't mind it. I didn't finish my thing. But she is something else. Like last time, she was obsessed with the guy who was cross-dressing as a girl, and she was, she was really going on her own little, her own little world. Can I just say that when they all learned that Marin had done the cosplay of, I think it was press host. Those reactions, you guys.
Rei-sama.
Yeah, Rei-sama. Those reactions were hilarious. I think. Anyway, anything else about this reunion, or these friends of Marin's that we want to talk about?
Well, the stuff that Gojo is helping with is props. He's found an opportunity already to try making some props for their shoot. It's exciting.
Yeah, and good thing that he has Akira to like refer to, because she's the more experienced about props too.
Yeah.
So afterwards, after this reunion, Gojo goes to play the game at Marin's house. Marin jokes around and tells him, "Hey, why don't you stay over? Like, how long can you stay here?" And he's like, "Well, it's fine, my grandpa, so I guess a little late." So she's like, "Oh, well, why did you just stay over?" And he's like shocked, super shocked. And she's like, "Just kidding. Except plot happens." What happened, Teal?
The trains are stopped.
Trains are stopped.
Yeah, I think there was an accident on the tracks.
And so Gojo is actually, she actually tells him like, "You should stay over. Like, you don't like, you can take my dad's room. Like, he's not here. You can sleep in his room." And he's just like super shocked, like he can't function. And surprisingly enough, when Marin tells him like, "Hey, you should stay over," like she actually is, well, first of all, she's wearing her, I didn't miss that little detail, she's already wearing her nun outfit, and she's like very matter-of-factly, like serious, like not in like an excited giddy girl way, like tells him like, "Okay, these are the reasons why you should stay. Like, if you go right now, you might get sick. It'll take you forever to get home. Like, you can't just walk home. You just got, healed from a cold, so you don't want to like worry your grandfather." And at first one would think that, oh, she's just, trying to get him at whatever cost to like stay longer with her. But no, she was seriously concerned. And Gojo is forced to, accept the offer. Everything seems to be okay, like no funny business at all. And so we're nearing the end of the episode, so I'm like, yeah, nothing really is gonna happen, except the two, they go out to shop for some clothes for him because he doesn't have clothes. What does he shop? What does he buy on top of his nightly necessities?
He finds the perfect solution. Monster energy drink, I think it's supposed to be. Unfortunately, Donkey, it's kind of an interesting little department store. There's all kinds of stuff. It's kind of just slapdash wherever it is. It happens to be by some adult materials that gives Marine the wrong idea.
Yeah. Gojo is like, he's stuck on the technicality of sleeping over. So he's like, well, it's not going to be reprehensible if I don't fall asleep. So with this drink, I won't be sleeping over and everything will be okay. This is a perfect solution. So
yeah, and he even lets Marin know the plan. He's like, "I don't plan on sleeping tonight."
Except that Marin sees like the adult stuff. And she's like, "What in the world is happening? Oh my gosh, what a..." It was hilarious, you guys. Yeah, but they're underage, so definitely nothing bad is going to happen. Plus, this is Gojo. He would never. Except that circumstances just seem to like look so bad in Marin's point of view. Like it looks pretty bad. He's like really serious, like, "I don't plan on sleeping." And she's like, "We're at that point already? How? What did I miss? What happened?" She's losing her wits, and that's how the episode ends.
Are they in love? Worse, they're idiots. They're stupid.
I think that's actually better, though. It's not worse. No, check it out. It's way better. They're stupid.
Yeah.
That lends itself to all kinds of shenanigans. And I love it. Yukihime, were you going to say something?
No, I was just agreeing with Till. This phrasing now fits so many couples, like because basically no couple just gets together like on the first episode. So like there has to be some idiocy involved.
Yeah, well, we'll see how Marin survives it, though I forget what the actual title is, but I don't know, it seems like there's bound to be more misunderstandings in the next episode, so we'll see. Looking forward to that. I think they also, now that I mentioned, I remember they did a little callback to the episode where she dressed up as a succubus, and it kind of like to vividly reminds us that has already happened. That, dangerous business has happened between them, in the dark, in the love hotel. So like, so far it's been very innocent, very sweet. But this was like a prime example. Like, oh, in that series, the main character, he drinks these monster drinks. So, oh yeah, I should drink one too. And then, it just kind of like helps to bridge in like the gap from like, wholesomeness to like, oh, they've done some kind of dangerous stuff before or gotten close to it, dangerously close to it. Okay. Hello, Mr. Moon 666 says hi. Wait, no, do you know that anime? So we're talking about My Dress Up Darling. So we've talked about Solo Camping for Two, Secrets of the Silent Witch. We just finished Dress Up Darling, unless somebody else wants to say anything about Dress Up Darling before we move on to the next ones.
Maybe one final thing. Gojo is playing cop and he's like, this isn't even scary. I can't wait for next episode. It's probably...
Oh yeah, he's like, this is very slice of life and chill. I love it. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Because I also was like, okay, I'm also not good with horror, so I was just kind of like covering it because I was like, there's gonna be a jump scare. But no, so far it was really relaxing. I was like, huh. So we'll see what kind of horrors are ahead of us. All right. So we end up Dress Up Darling. Next, we're going to talk about Anne Shirley. Woof, Anne Shirley. What a chapter. Everybody here I know in this chat, in this voice chat, has watched Anne Shirley, of that I know. And what an episode it was. Anybody want to just say what they thought about it? Or first thing that comes to mind, more memorable?
Cats, but then pain.
Cats and pain. Okay. Yukihime?
I swear that that man has more patience than me, like a lot more. Because I know that he still loves her and he's still waiting for her. And, I don't like it.
God bless Gilbert. Oh man. Okay, so one thing I wanna point out is Anne has already gotten proposals from other two people. First was Jane's brother, who kind of turns out to be cold. Like when he sees her next, he's just like, like kind of like ignores, passes her by. Like, dude. And then there's Charlie Sloane, who turned out to be a little POS. He also just kind of like bitter and passes her by. I wonder what Gilbert's reaction to being turned down is going to be. Will he also kind of revert to how he was after the incident with the Lily maid? How he was like, well, I don't want to be friends anymore, and I'm going to stop trying to be friends. Is he going to turn that way again? Or will he prove out to be the greater man and continue to be friends with Anne? I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think it might be too painful for him at this point to be friends, at least for now, because, it just hurts.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also not returning to Avonlea for, I assume, the summer.
Mm-hmm. One of my biggest gripes on this show, I love that they're doing it, but as an anime, if I were an anime-only viewer, it would feel really disjointed. Anne of the Island is such a cute book. I really, really, really encourage you guys to read it. If you enjoyed Anne of Green Gables, you will really also enjoy Anne of the Island, because there's a lot of like little things that happen here and there that kind of bridge things. Because like Gilbert proposes to Anne. Anne says no. Then at night, she and Philippa are talking. And Philippa is like telling her, like, you're such an idiot, as a friend does. Patrick echoes her, Anne is a fool. Yes, we will not disagree there, Patrick. But then Anne is like, yo, like, could you just leave me alone? My world has broken and I want to rebuild it. And then Philippa, she delivers her parting shot. Do you guys remember what that parting shot was?
The part about how she has this weird idea of romance and it's keeping her from seeing the real thing.
Yeah. But she also tells her but you're building your world without Gilbert in it.
Oh yeah, a world without Gil.
Yeah, and the look of despair and like horror for Anne when she realizes that she's basically gonna have to, live her new world without Gil. And then suddenly, like, we get this drastic shift in which she returns to Avonlea and happy greetings. I'm like, wait a minute, we were basking in the misery. That should have been like the end of an episode. Why? Read the book, everybody. Just read the book. The book handles it masterfully. Schmack says, you started way too early. Hello, everyone. I hesitate to say this, but I did because I know Patrick and Red Tempest are going to like give me grief, but we actually started right at the nick of time at 12:01. You guys, I hit that live button, and we started talking, and then at 20 minutes in, Teal points out the fact that we're not live on YouTube, and we had to start over. So no, actually, we're really behind. But I'm happy to see you, Turoshmak, and you'll be happy to know that things were delayed for your sake. We still have 2 more shows to talk about on top of Anne Shirley. Anything else about this chapter? I think Teal mentioned the addition of 1 cat. Do you want to elaborate on that?
Rusty, little feral cat, decides to adopt Anne and finds a new place to roost, and it's Patty's place.
Yeah. The cat distribution system.
I love that system.
They cut out the parts in the book where they were considering putting it down in maybe less than humane way. But
was that the one where they like put him in a bag or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh no! Yes, that's true. They skipped that entirely. Why did you remind me of that? Never mind.
I don't know.
Read the book.
I woke up and chose violence today. Hello.
Yes. In the book they were like, this cat is like just getting in the way. We're gonna drown him properly. And I think Philippa is the one that does the job, right? She's like, I have more experience on this, I'll do it. So they put Rusty in the bag and they throw him in. Oh my gosh, how did I forget about this? They threw him in the lake or the river, and guess what? When Anne goes back and like next day, I might be wrong about the details, but she goes back and she's like thinking about the cat, and then she hears this plaintive little meow, and he survived, you guys, and he's wet and cold, and she's like, I cannot. So yeah, Rusty, if I had been you, I would have been like, screw you, I'll just die and hunt you for the rest of my days kind of situation. Just to get back at you, because I would not have returned to Anne if she had tried to drown me. I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't have returned to somebody who tried to drown me. But yeah, good catch, Teal. Though it's kind of painful, but it's a little detail that, the book handles all of these things masterfully. That's ringing in my head, except for the cat situation.
Cat ownership was very different 100 years ago.
Exactly. They did not believe in the universal cat distribution system. They saw them as pests. Unfortunately, they were not as enlightened as the Egyptians, who see them as, our rightful owners.
Unfortunately, what you said until now is still pretty common even today.
Yeah, it is, unfortunately. Yeah. All right, you guys. Anything else about Anne? Oh, the proposal. Gilbert said aishiteru. He didn't say daisuki or I like you or whatever other tepid form.
Kiyate kudasai. Yeah, it's aishiteru.
Wow.
You only say that if you're Japanese, like twice in your life.
Really?
Marriage and deathbed.
Wow. So this is real love. And I am sad for Gilbert. But you know what? Anne deserves to be with somebody that Anne deserves to have a standard, an ideal. And I think Mr. Right is coming her way, you guys. We got a preview of somebody exiting a boat. A dark-haired individual. And I don't know. I have great hopes for romance here at last. Yes, we will know more about him in the next episode. But for now, I'm just saying, like, girl can have her standards. Whether those standards are good or not, or if they're gonna serve her, well, that's a different story. But let's just let her have this. Calcia Manager says, where am I? Hello, we are talking about anime. I'm the Chattering Magpie. If you are here and you're new, welcome, greetings, happy to have you. We're discussing this week's anime. We're discussing Solo Camping, Secrets of the Silent Witch, Dress Up Darling, and Shirley, April Showers, Bring May Flowers, and Kaoru Hana, in that order. Hope you have watched one of these or all of these. Yeah. If you want more of this, be sure to hit that subscribe and like button. There you go, there's my spiel. Are you happy, Patrick? All right, anything else about Anne, Shirley, that we should talk about? Going once?
Diana, we didn't talk about Diana.
Diana. Oh, yeah, Diana. Okay, Diana, bless her heart, Diana. So you guys know how Anne wrote the story and nobody wanted to publish it? Well, Diana took the story, sent it off for a baking powder competition, doctored it a little to fill, the requirements. Turns out that Anne won a whopping $25 gift, cash prize. And she is full of shame because she thinks that was a bastardization of her talents. Oh well, you gotta make some money in life. So there you go.
Yeah.
I will say, you never know what skills will help you. When I was in high school, I wanted to be a novel writer. Now I'm making essays for YouTube, and those same skills have gotten me into writing about Ferdinand, and zero regrets. It was all worth it. All for the sake of Ferdinand. Yes. Okay. Yeah, Trush Mac points out $25 is pretty big money in 1904. That is true. Hopefully she can put it towards her education, which is what Gilbert reminds her. It's money, good money. I mean, he's gonna have to go to work throughout the summer, and she's gonna get to go back to Avonlea. I mean, that $25 certainly must have helped. All right, so let us move on, unless there's something else. Yeah. Let's move on. Okay. April showers bring May flowers. Ooh. All I can say is fireworks show. Yeah.
We got the time-honored trope.
Yes. No kiss, no confession, but It is. Ueno realizes that Tabata is the cutest. He literally says that Tabata is the
Yeah.
cutest. And that is so sweet. Let's see. Calcium Manager says, I just hope not to have my degree wind me up in McDonald's rather than where I actually wish to work. And are you in the liberal arts? Because everybody always says if you're in the liberal arts, you won't. You'll kind of be screwed. I wish you the best. I mean, I went for engineering and I'm not an engineer right now, so life moves in weird ways. Speaking of life moving in weird ways, we have this unlikely duo going alone to the fireworks festival. Turns out that it wasn't supposed to be this way. Ueno made a general invitation to the group chat, and everybody was just unable to go. Like it wasn't by design, just fate. Fate said it must be so. The only person who was able to attend was Tabata. And Tabata arrives dressed up in her little yukata or kimono. Is it a kimono or yukata? Well, whatever.
Yukata's a kind of kimono.
Yeah.
Kimono just means wear thing. And so just any traditional Japanese clothes can be kimono, but yukata is like cotton for summer purposes. And
let's say it's a yukata. And guess what? Ueno is also dressed in Japanese wear, which is so nice to see. We don't often see guys going to festivals in anime with their yukatas. So that was nice.
Yeah.
And they seem to have a lot of fun. And except something kind of ruined it a little bit. What happened?
Well, they ran into some old acquaintances of Ueno. Not anyone who would know Tabata, and they were a little worried that they were going to run into like classmates, so they got these festival masks, but they didn't need them for this. But they were quite rude to poor Tabata.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Man. I hated that they were like, oh, is that your new girlfriend? Oh, it couldn't be because she has to be cuter.
You with her kind of a deal. Yeah, it was very not cool.
Yeah, that was awful. And this actually caused Ueno to do but she is super cute. And it was terrible things to say, but it worked for purposes. Like it kind of like awakened him to the reality that Tabata is not just a sweet girl, but she's also cute. I think it's sweet that Ueno is the kind of guy. He's like super himbo. I have a soft spot for himbos, you guys. I do. But his heart is in the right place. And we also got the introduction of a new character. And I think Yukihime had something to say about this new character. Yuki, what did you think about, what's her name again? I think her name is Sayaka.
What anime are we talking about?
April showers bring May flowers.
Yeah, I did not watch any episode of this yet.
Oh, okay. I thought, who was it that was saying that they thought that she liked Ueno?
Was it me? I think she likes Ueno.
No, somebody in the Discord server. I don't remember saying that. Somebody in the Discord server, I got into, not a debate, because I was like, I'm not going to die on this hill. But it was like, I think that she is like a rival and she likes Ueno. I'm like, I don't think she likes Ueno. She specifically said that she was hoping to meet his girlfriend, because she's like, this is Ueno, he's super nice, and therefore his girlfriend is also going to be super nice. And I was like, yes, you know it, you got it. That's a good friend right there. So what did you think about this new character? Besides, she's a good friend.
Yeah, I mean, she seems to know Ueno from the past, whether she likes him in any romantic capacity or not. She's a bit of a gyaru. She's very extroverted. She's kind of that trope of the extrovert who maybe adopts the introvert. I think she's going to be good for Tabata because by the end of the episode, they're getting along pretty well.
I hope so too. I mean, because Tabata has kind of like one friend, but Ugo Sudani doesn't count as a proper friend because Ugo Sudani is always like trying to undermine her. So
they definitely are proper rivals. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So she needs a true friend who like is in her corner. And I hope that that this new character is that for her. And maybe she will stir up the whole dynamic of the group. Maybe Ugo Sudani will set her sights on her as the new rival. I don't know. Or I don't know. We'll see.
Well, Ugo Sudani, Sumire learns by the end of the episode that Tabata was the one on the date with Ueno. So I think she's, pretty like, oh no, Tabata's way ahead of me all of a sudden.
Oh my gosh, you guys. It was hilarious that at the end of the date, like there's a rumor that Ueno has a girlfriend and they all go investigate. So and Tabata's dragged along in the investigation to find herself. She's like, I don't want to be here, but I also can't really excuse my way out of not being here. Because she's trying to hide the fact that it was just her and Ueno. She doesn't want there to be misunderstandings. And yet, in the end, even though she was trying to hide the fact that it was she, here comes Ueno's little brother. And Keisuke was like, wait a minute, wasn't you, Tabata, the one that went with my brother to the festival? Keisuke never change.
Yeah. Blew the case wide open.
Yeah. I like that. And also answering to the chat over says, yeah, I'm following some of this season's, not a lot, but I'm following 6 this season. And there's some that I started checking out, but some are also on my list. For example, Trushmak points out Bunny Girl Senpai. That's on my list. I'm actually going to start watching the first couple of episodes this Sunday over on my server. If you guys like it, you guys want to see me react to it, because I've never watched it. So we're going to watch it together on my Discord server. You can hit that join button. At a noble tier, you get access to my private Discord server. So if I enjoy it, I probably will end up binge watching it like at midnight later on, and then just catch up and start watching all of them. And maybe next week, if I like it, maybe by next week, I will be all caught up, because that's how I work. If I like something, I will definitely like binge it. Like in 24 hours, we'll catch up to it. So maybe, fingers crossed. Yukihime is excited, right? Did I hear you squeal somewhere there?
Yeah, I'm very excited, and I don't know when are you going to do this marathon, because especially if you're saying that you're gonna stay up late or something, like that's my morning, so like I would like to be there. Just put it in the calendar that everybody can have access if they join you on Discord here. And yeah, I am very excited. It is genuinely one of my favorite anime ever. So like for people that don't know it, I will have to say this: if you like Steins Gate, you will like this. If you like Bakemonogatari and the whole Monogatari, this is basically the Monogatari series, but like more chill. All right, that one is really crazy, but this one is just slightly more chill. All right, it's still crazy. Everything is going haywire, and it's constantly very high tension, and you're on the edge of your seat constantly. But compared to the Monogatari series, it's still like more chill. And yeah, I totally recommend it. Have you watched the Monogatari series? I'm curious.
I have not. All
right.
I've always been planning to. It's a lot. I gotta chart my route.
I mean, you can start anywhere.
I mein, like, of the series that you mentioned, I started watching. I'm almost done with the first series of Steins Gate, which I started with the gang. Also, we've been watching it every week, And we're almost done with it. We're gonna be done with it next week. So also, if you guys want to join us for that, we'd love to have you. Oh look, Calcium Manager. Calcium, have you subscribed? I think we could be friends. Says, también es mi lengua natal. Bienvenido. Qué lindo. I always love to see somebody who speaks Spanish. Because, I don't know, I feel like a closer connection. Yeah, happy to see you. And let's see. Anything else about this anime though? Busu ni Hanataba wo.
Yeah, it's probably not worth mentioning since we're kind of like maybe strapped for time, but she gets compared to a Zashiki Warashi in the rumors, which fits so well. She's got the bob, she's pretty short, she was wearing the yukata. She looked exactly like a Zashiki Warashi. It's a kind of like a yokai, a ghost that's seen in northern Japan.
They translated to parlor chibi. I mean, parlor child.
Did they?
Yeah.
Not in my fan sub.
In my fan sub was parlor child. I was like, what the heck? If I didn't know this from like, I don't even know what a parlor child is.
Well, it's a Sashiki Wadashi. I guess that's a pretty good translation, but
you know, I knew what it was from. I think it was I watched not Honey and Clover. March Comes in Like a Lion, where one of the characters got a bub cut and like she was compared to a parlor child. So yeah, it makes sense. It was hilarious. Yeah. All right, anything else about this series before we end with Kaoru Hana? All right.
I have to.
You have to what?
Yeah,
you have to watch it.
I have to watch it. Yeah, I have not watched anything, but like I don't know. I'm a little bit not that interested in high school stuff
we get
anymore.
It. It's fine. We get it. Okay, no worries. You watch what you like. Yeah, we'll just fangirl.
I did think of one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Ueno knew this, but they watched the fireworks from the romantic spot in the trees.
Oh,
really?
Of course.
Yeah, someone mentioned that in the episode that was like the romantic spot, and that's kind of why the rumors got started. That he had a girlfriend.
Oh, I see. Sweet. God bless Ueno's airheaded ways.
Him bonus.
Yeah, him bonus. All right, happy to see Crusher. Unfortunately, he has to, go back to work, but it was a pleasure to see you, Crusher, and hopefully we'll see you in tomorrow's stream too. All right, next, Flagrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. It's actually the final one that we're going to talk about, which is just as well because we've been on for a long time. Hirami says, I haven't watched this yet. Oh, hey, Hirami says, I haven't watched this yet, but I will once it is finished.
Yeah, if you wait, you can watch it on Netflix, easy peasy, and not have to.
Boo! What? I can't have instant gratification.
Right? In 2025, hello.
So, all right. Let's see. For those of us who cannot wait, we watched this week's episode, and it was a good one, I think, because we got little by little. We got, first of all, the girls opening up to the guys. They become friends. The guys like meet up, and they're like they eat together, and like at a park, they're friends. And now the guys are like, okay, well, and then Rintaro realizes that he's in love with Kaoruko. He likes her. And then he has like this bro date. Like he invites, his friends want to go to his house. But he's kind of standoffish. Like all this time, we know from his point of view that he's a really nice guy, super nice. But like to everybody, even to his friends, he's kind of standoffish. Like he does not really open up. So like they suggest like, hey, let's just get together at your house. And then he's quiet and they're like, no, never mind. We didn't mean it. So they're kind of like also like, he has to yet open up with them. And we see that I kind of feel like cracking open Rintaro in this episode. And it was so good to see because we get to see like finally a little bit more of that backstory. And it's absolutely heartbreaking. But it's also sweet to see that he has had his parents support all of this time. All right. Teal, anything about this episode?
Yeah. I cried.
Yes, me too.
I think I'm quite a bit older than the main characters, so rather than get really invested in their little teen romance,
Yeah.
it's very sweet, but the mom's feelings in this episode hit me very hard.
Yeah. So, Mom, let's talk about Mom, because I know I always leave the MVP to the end, but I'm just gonna say it right now. Mom was the MVP of this week.
Yeah.
So Rintaro, when like they ask him like, "Hey Rintaro, like what's the deal? Like when did you start dyeing your hair?" And he said like, "Oh, I've like in middle school." So it's been a while since he's been dyeing his hair, and he pierced his ears. And they're like, and then he shares a story of how it happened. So he says like back in the day when he was still, a little, people just like used to like be mean to him, and he tried to get closer to others, but they just disregarded him. So he just kind of like gave up. And then one day his parents, kind of to cheer him up, took him to like this like pastry shop, and he tried some cake that was incredibly delicious. And not only was it delicious, but he looked around and he saw that the pastry chef was a foreigner, and he saw that this guy, he was doing these delicious cakes and having the time of his life. And he says at that age, like that was like the first thing that brought him out of his darkness. He's like, I hope that one day I can be as happy as him. And he decides, as they're walking back home, he tells his parents, you know what? I want to dye my hair and I also want to pierce my ears, which is like super like, excuse me, this is Japan. This is not the US of A.
Yeah, you think Mom would be like, what? No, you're not. But she was actually on board, and it's because he was struggling so hard at the time. He just needed something.
Yeah, it really broke my heart, and like I love his parents so much. They are so sweet and so involved, and like they care so much about their kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah. I will say though,
and the whole family.
As a manga reader, I was bummed out they didn't show the dad, because the dad's a total hardie. Like all the kids are cute, but the dad's like, whoa. So we only got to see a little bit of the dad, but it's okay. We don't want to distract from Mom, who really is super cool. Okay, Mom also does like such a mom thing to do. Like Rintaro goes up to the house with his friends, and then suddenly Kaoru and Hoshina, or Subaru, the two girls, they show up. She's just gonna buy some cake, but she's like, hey, how about you join us? We join the kids, the guys upstairs for lunch. So she invites them, and of course, like, it's kind of awkward at first because they're embarrassed a little, especially Rintaro, who now knows that he has feelings for her. But that's such a mom thing to do, and that was perfect too, because kids need a neutral ground to just be kids, to just enjoy their youth. Because remember, these kids are from different schools that are kind of like, they don't get along. So they always have to meet up in really far off places where they won't be recognized by, classmates or teachers. And the mom now provides a safe place for them to, like, if they want to meet up, home is a safe place. She facilitates. And that's really good, you guys, because as adults, I feel like we I don't know, I'm a mentor. I work with teenagers and college age kids, and I feel like a lot of times we think this is my show, but you know what, at some point you kind of have to think about not what is best for you, what's more comfortable for you, but what would be better for the kids, and carve out a space for the others to grow and express themselves. And that is very, very important. As I'm not a parent, but if I were a parent, I would definitely do that. And as a mentor, I definitely believe in that. Not only voice nurturing, but also giving them a safe place where So anyway, good job, Mom. MVP of this week. Anything else?
Yeah, what you said, just a parenthesis. Yeah, I love that. It's so wonderful to I feel like you are winning at parenting if your house is the hangout place, you know? Like all the kids are, both your kids and the other kids love you so much that they actually want to spend time or in the same place as you, yeah, you know you're winning.
Yeah. So, yeah, all of you listening here, whether you are, when you have kids, if you have kids, yeah, make that place for your kids so they always feel safe and that they know they can ask for things without being afraid. Because one thing is like also like a kid just going off and getting his hair done and his ears pierced by himself. You know, probably that would set off, you know, an argument. But he felt, despite the issues going on in school, he knew he was safe enough to tell his parents what he wanted and that they would understand. That was also super important, like making sure that your kids feel like they can bring up issues that might be a little bit, you know, like, oh, I might get in trouble, but they still feel safe enough to bring that. Anyway, of course, this is fiction.
Exactly.
Being a parent is, of course, I imagine, a hard job. So, but anyway, we're learning how to be parents through anime. See, anime is important. It's important.
Yeah. It is really important to like know that I heard this phrase that I really liked. When something bad happens, you shouldn't think, "Oh my God, I hope what if my parents find out?" No, you should think, "I have to call my parents to help me." You know, like I feel like that. You know, like that really shows how good they are. You know. I don't know, like I feel like I had that with my mom, so I could just be like, yeah, no, I am I'm not doing good, please come pick me up or something.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that wraps up today's series, unless there's something else from Fragrant Flower that we forgot to talk about.
We got a peek into the future. They want to hang out over summer break. They're gonna try to go to the beach and maybe fireworks.
But before that, Subaru reminds them.
Before that, yeah, they got exams coming up, so they're planning a study party.
Yeah, good job Kaoru, for the study party. I want to see those kids you know, like hang out more and stuff. And I love how there's the smart guy. I think his name is Natsu.
Yes.
Yeah.
Natsu.
He's all like, yeah, no way, I'm not going to like tutor you. There's no way you guys are He's like, no. But turns out that because they're going to study now as a group, then, you know, he won't be overly burdened by their stupidity. I've really enjoyed this show. Like I said, it's kind of like idealized youth, but that's what we need. It's important to have, you know, media that not only depicts reality, you know, as ugly and harsh as it can be, but also we need media that depicts how a world could be, a softer world, a world where we're considerate of each other. We need that too. So if you haven't checked this one out, I do hope that you do so, or at least when Netflix releases it, do check it out. It'll be dubbed and you can binge watch it and it'll be great.
And I will once again say that I don't think this is such a idealized world. Like, I know not everybody's life is so nice, but like I feel very close to reality, to what my teenage years with my friends felt like. So yeah, for me, especially like the over politeness and over like thinking about everything, you know, it being considerate to the point of like, all right, we are stalling. Like this is not, we're not going anywhere. We're going in circles because we're always like thinking about other people and stuff like that. And like this actually felt realistical to me, and people not wanting to open up at the beginning and then like just constantly spending more time together, and so they start opening up and being like a much more integral parts of each other's lives. Like that's very realistical to me.
That's good. You know, I don't know if somebody said it here or if I heard it from a sermon, but like when you have relationships where it's friendships or romantic or whatever, it's always a race to the bottom who can serve the other one the most. So like you do something for somebody and then somebody does something for you, and then, you know, out of courtesy and love, you do things to like help each other out. So that's beautiful, and may you all experience that in your own relationships. All right, you guys. This is the end of our stream. I'm sorry it got a little long to to Teal and Yukihime, who have been with me since 1 o'clock. It's been more than an hour and a half of talking. But I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun, and I hope that you guys come back next week as we continue on with these animes.
And also come here on the Discord by joining the channel as a member, and come here and chat with us and tell us your anime takes. And also watch Bunny Girl Senpai and Water Magicians. The Magician, they're amazing.
Water Magician, that's also coming. That's also streaming right now, huh? On Crunchy.
Yes, I'm keeping up with it, and I love it.
Okay, I'll check it out too. So much to check out. Maybe next week we'll be covering 8. Maybe.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I don't know. We'll just have to like rush through them. I don't know. We'll see.
Should we cover all 16 or whatever that I'm watching?
Well, how about we do this? Like, because I get tired talking, but if you want to like talk in between,
okay,
and I rest, you lead yours, and I will continue talking.
The stream isn't long enough. I'll have to talk about Clevitas and the summer Hikaru died, and
yes, yeah. I mean, for some parts, I was like silent because I didn't watch them. So like, it would be interesting if Magpie, you took a break if you want to. So like, I don't know, like. One of us just goes on about whatever we watched.
Oh, and Lord of Mysteries too.
We'll figure out a way around it. I mean, I can provide the little gifs, I guess. But I probably won't watch because some of them are kind of like, you know, you guys know. Yeah. But I don't mind it if you guys talk about them at all, as long as people want to watch. That's all that matters. And you guys are still willing to sit with me for the other ones. Well, we'll talk more about this off the live. But anyway, you guys, maybe expect more next week. You guys remember when we used to do those chit chats where we would record for like 5 hours and then take a break and then record for 2 more hours? It's gonna end up like this, you guys. Except I don't have to edit them anymore. Oh gosh, I still have to edit that one chit chat. Oh gosh, 9 hours. Anyway, let's go, you guys. I had a bunch of fun. We'll see you on Thursday. Take care. Thanks for joining us, and thank you all of you who dropped in to say hello. Love you all. See you on Thursday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.